In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to PMDC online lecture room. I'm Zaheer, lecturer English, PMDC Girls, Peshawar. This lecture is for the students of first year. Today's topic of lecture is voice of imperative sentences. I will discuss how to change the voice of imperatives. This topic is important for bicep exams. Section C contains one question, that is question number 4. It is of voices. Part A of question number 4, it is of 5 marks. First of all, we will talk about the different kinds of sentences. Sentences are of different types. Assertive or declarative, imperative, interrogative, optative. But here, in this lecture, we will discuss only imperative sentences and how to change their voice. A sentence that gives instructions, advice or suggestion, expresses a command, an order, a direction, or a request is called an imperative sentence. It may give an instruction to a worker. It may be an advice to a student, or a suggestion to a patient, or maybe an order to a servant. It may be a sentence requesting somebody. Such type of sentence is called an imperative sentence. Addressed without naming the subject. Subject or the doer of the action is not mentioned in imperative sentences. It directly starts with the main verb or the principal verb, and it is definite that you are talking to a person in front of you. It may end with a full stop or an exclamation mark. Most of the time, object is mentioned, but sometimes it is not given. So in this lecture, we will talk about both kinds of sentences. One having the object and one without the object. Then how can we change a sentence having the object, and how can we change a sentence without the object? It is observed in bicep papers. Imperative sentences that are given, they contain the object as well. Imperatives show different types of emotions. As you can see, it can be an order, it may be a command, or a request, or a suggestion, or an advice. So they have different emotions. First of all, we will talk about the structure of imperative sentences. The simplest structure of an imperative sentence is the verb and the object. Verb, first form of the verb is used, or the base form of verb is used. Actually, it is the base form that is also called the first form of the verb. As you can see in the example, punish the culprits. Punish is the verb and the culprits is the object. Some other examples can be eat your food, avoid bad habits, cook the food well. Now, how can we change an imperative sentence? How can we change the passive voice of an imperative sentence? How can we change it from active to passive? Let is used in the passive form, and then the object, then be is used, and then the verb. And which form of verb is used? Third form of verb is used. Third form of verb, also called the past participle form. So punish the culprits, same example. Let the culprits be punished. Let, then object, then be, then the third form of verb. In this slide, we'll see then how can you change. Look at the structure. These arrows, they will help you to understand the concept. At object, it comes after let, then be, and then the third form of the verb that is given in the very beginning of the active sentence, in the active voice. Now look at the example. We'll do it in the same manner. Punish the culprits. Let, according to the rule. Then the object, the culprits. Then be, and then the third form of the verb punish. It will be punished. The past participle form. Now, here the rule is given at the very beginning. The table is given to you. The 3 columns are there. First column tells you about the different motions and imperatives. Then the statement is given in active voice. And how can you change it using the rule given above. If you don't look at the column number 3, just check for your understanding whether you will be able to convert it or not. In the very first sentence, punish the culprits. It can be a command. How will you change it? Using the rule given above. Let the culprits be punished. Then the order can be an order from a teacher to a student. Complete the task. Let the task be completed. Request. It can be a request to any of your sibling, to any stranger. Open the window. Let the window be opened. Advice from a doctor to a patient. Take the medicine regularly. Let the medicine be taken regularly. Suggestion. Help the poor widow. Let the poor widow be helped. Now, we will talk about negative imperative sentences. Previously, we will talk about the imperative sentences, but they were positive ones. How can we change a negative imperative sentence into passive form? Do not is used in the active voice. The verb is given and then the object. And when we change it into passive form, do is not used. Let, then the object, then not, then be is there, and then the third form of verb, or the past participle form. Look at the example given below. Do not pluck the flower. Using the rule, using the structure for the passive form, let the flower, not is used, then be, and then the third form of the verb, plucked. Do not beat the dog. Let, then the object, the dog, not is there, then be, and then the past participle form of the verb, beaten. Do not carry it home. Let it not be carried home. You have observed, do is not used in the active, do not is used in the active voice, where do is removed in the passive form. Not here is used to show negation in the passive form. Now here is a practice exercise for you. Change the voice of the following sentences. Positive sentences are also given and the negative ones are also there. Teach your son. Pay your fee on time. Do not allow the boys to peep inside. Obey your parents. Wash your hands before every meal. If adverbs, adverbial phrases or the complements are there in the sentence, they remain the same. They're put again as it is at the end of the sentence. As you can see in sentence number 3. Do not allow the boys to peep inside. You will change it according to the rules, and then the last phrase, to peep inside, it will be repeated again. Let the boys not be allowed to peep inside. And the last one, wash your hands before every meal. Again, before every meal, this phrase will be repeated again after converting the verb and the object into passive form. Wash your hands. Let your hands be washed before every meal. It will be repeated again at the end of the sentence. Now we will discuss the imperative sentences that can be changed using you as a subject in the beginning. There are two reasons to use you in the passive form. One is to put emphasis on the person addressed to, and other one is when the object of the active verb is not mentioned. When only the verb or the phrasal verb is given. For example, get out. It's just a phrasal verb. Then how will you change it? We will discuss it in this lecture. Now, first of all, we will talk about beginning the passive sentence with you, and that is to put emphasis on the person addressed to. You will talk about emotions as well in such sentences when you will change into passive form. Using you in the very beginning with emotions, then to, and then the same imperative sentence will be repeated. As the structure is given on your screen, active voice. 2 columns are there. In the first one, sentences, imperative sentences are given to you. Learn the poem. And how will you change it? You will be used in the beginning with emotion, then to, and then the imperative sentence. Remember the structure. You are asked to learn the poem. The next one, help me. Again, it can be a request. You are requested. You is used to emphasize, maybe. Then to is used, and then help me. Imperative sentence that is given in the active form. Now, the negative imperative sentence is also given for your better understanding. Do not touch the wires. Again, it can be a warning from a mother to a daughter, to a son, to a child. You are warned not to touch the wires. But if you don't want to use not here is used for negation. But if you don't want to use not, you can use the word forbidden. Forbidden means not allowed. So you are forbidden to touch the wires. When you are using the word forbidden, you will not use not then in the passive form, because forbidden has got the same meaning. Now, other reason to begin a passive voice with you when the object of active verb is not given. Structure is given. It has got the same structure. Using you in the very beginning with emotions, then to, and then the imperative sentence. If you have a look of these sentences, what is missing? Work hard. Get out. Please help. Object is not mentioned in these sentences. So how can you change the structure of these sentences? You can change it using you in the very beginning along with emotions, and then to, and then the same imperative sentence or the structure. You are advised to work hard. You are ordered to get out. Again, the last one, please here tells you that it's a request. So you'll omit word please. You are requested to help. Again, here is a practice exercise for you. You can change the given sentences using you and the words that show different emotions. Wash the shirts, repair your camera, do not waste your time, listen carefully, reply immediately. First three sentences got object as well. Sentences having the object can be changed using you, and sentences having the object can be changed using you. But why do you use you in the beginning in such sentences? To emphasize on the person addressed to. And the last two sentences, listen carefully, reply immediately. Why will you use you in these sentences? Because the object is missing. But the best option is to use the structure let, then the object, then be, and then the third or the past participle form of the verb. Structure is the best one and is most of the time preferred. So I will suggest you, if the object is given, it is better to use the structure that we have discussed in the previous slides, having let in the very beginning, then the object, then be, and then the past participle form. Here at the end you will see few sentences that I have taken from your previous bicep papers. If you are able to change the voice of these sentences, it means you have understood the concept very well, and you will be able to do it in your board exams as well, inshallah. Thank you.